Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Lachlan, and today's video I am going to be talking about Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. I read this book yesterday and
I just need to talk about it.
Things need to be said. I have many thoughts. This review will be spoiler free. I don't care if one person watches this video. I need to talk about this freaking book. So I'm realizing the lighting is a little bit weird. Like if I hold the book here, it's super dark. Anyways, I'll try and hold it here so you can see it better. So basically this book follows a very dysfunctional codependent couple. This is not like a typical romance. It's nothing like I've really ever read before. And I think that's why it intrigued me so much. And I couldn't put it down.
What is the plot of this book?
The plot of this book is essentially non-existent, but I don't mind that sometimes in romance books. Like if I'm just following characters, I like character-driven stories, and so that's why I really liked it. It follows this couple, BJ and Magnolia. They grew up together as childhood friends and they became lovers. BJ ends up, and this is not a spoiler, it's like in the beginning of the book, he ends up like cheating on her one night. He gets drunk and cheats on her and breaks her heart. The book is pretty much just them like going through this heartache because they love each other so much, but she cannot get over, sorry, my AC just turned on, if you can hear that, but she cannot get over the heartache that him cheating on her has, you know, dealt her. Typically what we see in romance books is like this journey of people falling in love, and there's like a third act conflict or whatever that breaks them up, and then they get back together in the book. This book does not follow that cookie cutter design of romance books. It's so hard to explain this book. It's dual point of view. Okay, so it follows BJ and Magnolia. It's set in London. Think like Gossip Girl, but in London. That's the way that this book has been described by a lot of people. I just found their story to be so incredibly heartbreaking and intriguing. I was just so intrigued. There's also a lot of side characters that really carry the book. Like the found family in this book is everything. But again, it's not like the typical found family because there are plot twists in here that just like literally blew my mind. And another trope in this book is fake dating, but it's not the typical like way that an author would do fake dating. It's so different because she ends up dating this other guy. I mean, she dates a lot of guys to like try and get over BJ, and it never, like, to no avail. But she ends up dating this one guy, Christian, who I
adore.
I don't want to say too much. It was just done so interestingly. So I started this book on a Saturday and I read half of it, and then I started watching Stranger Things.
And I couldn't stop thinking about this book.
As I was watching Stranger Things, I was just like,
BJ and Magnolia. BJ and Magnolia.
I can't stop thinking about them. Let me try and do a better job of describing this book. It is filled with a lot of fashion descriptions that went over my head, I'm not gonna lie. I think if you like to read about rich people problems, you might love this book. I, for one, like reading that kind of stuff. I just find it very fun. And that's basically what this is. This girl, Magnolia, like just for example, Elton John is her godfather. It's like this group of rich kids that all went to this boarding school together. And their parents kind of neglected them, sent them off to this boarding school. And so they all bound together as like literally like a found family, grew up depending on each other. And so now they're adults and they can't get out of that like codependency. They all rely on each other. Like they all need therapy. They all have this money.
I'm like, just go get therapy with all your money.
But I loved this book so much. I loved it. I ate up every second of it. All of their friendships, well, not all of the friendships. Some of the friendships and the relationships for sure were definitely dysfunctional. Like, if you're thinking about picking up this book, grab a bag of popcorn before you do, because oh my god. If it's even a symbolic bag of popcorn, like grab a snack, whatever it is, a cup of tea, and sit down with this book because it is so juicy. It is full of drama. Shit that I would never go through in my entire life. At least, knock on wood, I don't think so. Also, I watched the Elvis movie a couple weeks ago. And I cannot stop thinking about that movie. It's so good. I thought to myself, I wish I could find a book that has a bunch of like rich famous people that do drugs, that are super dysfunctional, but like are also very good people, like in their heart.
I swear to God.
I thought that to myself, and then I stumbled upon this book, and it was exactly that. It's like a bunch of famous people in London who do drugs, who party, who have such good hearts but do dumb shit. The Elvis movie broke my heart. And I'm not comparing these people to Elvis and Priscilla whatsoever, but it is similar. Elvis had a really good heart. Obviously, he was not faithful to Priscilla.
And oh my God, just like...
The heartbreak, it's just so sad. The undertones of this book is just so freaking sad. It didn't make me cry. But, like, just the whole time I was just like,
oh my God.
So many good quotes. The writing style in this book is also very interesting. I apologize because I'm literally just, like, word vomiting because none of my thoughts are cohesive about this book.
And I'm sorry about it.
The writing style is very interesting. Like, nothing I've ever read before. Like I said, it's got run-on sentences, but I'm not even mad about it because it was just... the way that the sentences were like said, I was like, I get this. Like I just get it. Like I don't know what it is about it, but I get it. It did have some formatting issues, which was confusing at times, but again, like I'm not like mad about it. Another thing is there were a few parts where like there had text messages back and forth, and it wasn't always clear whose point of view it was, if that makes sense. Like, it would show you who the text messages are with, but not, like, who's the one texting. I was just annotating so much of this book. Like, so many things were just said so beautifully. And it was just so heartfelt. Another thing about this book is it doesn't have a synopsis. I was reading the author's bio last night because I literally, like, couldn't stop thinking about this book. And I just, like, sat with it for, like, hours on hours on hours after I finished. And I was reading her bio and it said that she doesn't like writing synopsis. This book doesn't have one, but it does have like this little like poetic little, it's not a synopsis, but it's just like this couple of paragraphs. I don't know what you would call this. But it's so, I opened it up and I read it and I was like, I'm instantly intrigued. I just don't even know what to say about this book.
I have so, like, oh my God, the ending.
I was shook. It ends on a cliffhanger. Oh my God.
This is such a chaotic video. I'm sorry again.
It ends on a cliffhanger. I literally, like, the cliffhanger is so, my jaw dropped. So I'm going to just emphasize, if you don't like cheating in books, if you don't like cliffhangers, this book is not going to be for you.
However,
if those things do not, like, you know, turn you away, then I am going to compel you to pick up this book.
Mostly because I need more people to read it so we can talk about it.
Because holy shit, I don't even know what to say. Oh my God. The friend group is just everything. I wrote down 3 words that I could use to describe this book. And I wrote fashion, fragrance, and found family. But if we're gonna go for like the non-aesthetic words that I would use to describe it, I would use cheating, codependency, and drugs.
That pretty much sums it up.
I wrote down some of the character names because when I first started this book, I was very confused with like all of these character names. Okay, so there's BJ, Magnolia, Paley, which is Magnolia's best friend, Perry, which is also Magnolia's best friend, Christian, Henry, which I believe is BJ's brother, Jonah, which is BJ's best friend, Tom, which is the guy that she fake dates, Bridget, which is Magnolia's sister, Bushka, which is her Russian grandmother, Daisy, which is a character in another book. Like, there's like a universe of these books that this author is writing. And then Julian, which is Daisy's brother.
Julian is so... I'm obsessed with him.
I know he's in the Daisy Hades book that this author wrote, and oh my god, I'm just so obsessed. I have that book coming. It's literally like on its way to my house, and I can't wait to read it. After I finished this book, I had to get up and go take a shower because I was sweating. Not because it's like, well, because it's super hot outside, but my house was like 70 degrees. And I was sweating profusely because I was so anxious. I was just like, wow, my hands were sweaty, my palms were sweaty, my feet were sweaty. I was sweaty. And I had to go shower. And I was sitting in the shower, well, standing. And I was just like,
I hate that book. I hate it. I hate it.
But I was also like,
I love that book. I love it. I love it.
it just hurts so good. But it hurts so bad. It hurts. It just hurt. Okay? I don't even know. This is like, I don't even know what this is. This is not a book review. This is a word vomit thought dump of a video. Yeah. My head is empty now, and all I can think about is like how this book ended. Feel free to DM me, message me, comment, spam this video with comments with your feelings, because like I want to hear from you. I have an Instagram where you can message me your thoughts and your feels and all of your anger and your frustrations about this book, because I feel like everyone needs that while they read this. Yeah. I feel like if you care at all about the characters, if you care at all about the story, you will need somebody to message about this book. I offer myself up if you need someone to talk about this book.
I'm here.
So if you made it this far into this video, kudos to you. You're the real MVP. And you can leave a bee emoji and a shopping bag emoji. Oh, the cover of this book, just look at this freaking cover. It is so intriguing to me. Everything on the cover just like makes sense once you read the book. It just, every detail makes sense. Like the deer, the wolf, the shopping bags, the oranges.
Oh my god, the oranges.
The champagne glasses, the bees. So obsessed. So those are my thoughts. Well, those are my spoiler-free thoughts. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know how you feel about this book. Whether you loved it, hated it, if you're immediately going to go read the author's other books, because that's me right now. I'm going to read Daisy Hades, and the sequel to this book is coming out soon. I believe this month. Anyways, so I'm done rambling now. Thank you guys so much for watching and sticking around, and I will see you in my next video.